The mansion at the edge of Willow Creek was not just a house, it was a fortress of glass and stone that gleamed like a jewel on the hillside. Owned by business tycoon Alexander Hawthorne, one of the wealthiest men in the city, it was a place where power met perfection. But beneath all the grandeur, the household carried a secret, two little girls who were the terror of every caretaker who dared to step inside. The Hawthorne twins, Lily and Rose, were only 8 years old, but their wild behavior had earned them a reputation far beyond their years. Tutors had walked out in tears, governesses had quit within days, and even seasoned nannies known for handling the most difficult children had surrendered in defeat. Alexander, despite his commanding presence in the boardroom, was helpless at home. Since the passing of his wife 3 years ago, the girls had grown untamed, testing boundaries and chasing away anyone who tried to discipline them. Every day was chaos, food fights in the dining room, paint smeared across marble walls, mischievous laughter echoing through the halls as maids scurried away in frustration. Alexander loved his daughters deeply, but his wealth could not buy peace. The mansion was filled with luxury, yet it felt empty and broken. It was on a crisp Monday morning that Mary Collins arrived at the estate. She was not like the other nannies, she wasn't wearing the polished, uniform-like attire of those who had come before. Instead, she appeared in a simple dress, a warm smile lighting her face, her presence radiating calm. She had no glowing recommendations from elite families, only a quiet conviction that she understood children better than most. When she walked into Alexander's office for the interview, he raised an eyebrow. She didn't seem intimidated by the vastness of the mansion or the stories of the twins. "Miss Collins," Alexander said, his voice heavy with skepticism, "you do understand what you're walking into, don't you? No one has lasted here longer than a week." Mary's eyes didn't waver. Children act out when they're not understood. They don't need another authority figure to punish them. They need someone to listen, to guide them, to believe in them. "I can handle Lily and Rose." For the first time in months, Alexander felt a flicker of hope. Against his better judgment, he hired her on the spot. That very afternoon, Mary was introduced to the girls. Lily and Rose stood side by side in the grand living room, their identical curls bouncing as they shifted restlessly. Their mischievous grins carried a silent warning, "Let's see how long she lasts." The first test came quickly. As the butler left the room, Rose suddenly grabbed a vase from the table and lifted it high, eyes glinting with challenge. Every nanny before had panicked, scolded, or snatched it away, earning nothing but mocking laughter. Mary, however, simply sat down on the carpet and said gently, "That vase is heavy. I'd hate to see it fall on your foot. But if you want to break it, that's your choice. I'll just have to clean it up." The twins froze. No yelling. No threats. Rose slowly lowered the vase back to the table, curiosity replacing her defiance. Lily narrowed her eyes, unsure how to react. For the first time, they weren't in control of the game. Mary didn't lecture them. Instead, she pulled out a small sketchbook and began to draw. Within minutes, the girls crept closer, peeking over her shoulder. "What are you drawing?" Lily asked, unable to hide her interest. "It's a castle," Mary replied softly. "But it looks empty. It needs two princesses who love adventures. Do you think you could help me finish it?" By the time Alexander returned from a meeting, he was stunned to find his daughter sitting quietly beside Mary, coloring in the sketchbook with wide smiles. It was a sight he hadn't witnessed in years. Something inside him stirred. Was it possible this gentle young woman could do what no one else had managed? But Alexander didn't know that this was only the beginning. For Mary wasn't just here to manage the twins, she was about to transform the entire Hawthorne household in ways none of them could imagine. And dear viewer, if you're enjoying how this story is unfolding, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and stay with us. Because what happens next will leave you amazed. Mary's journey with Lily and Rose is just beginning, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.